This is a thin piece of maple wood, also known as veneer. From a distance, this may just look like a piece of paper, and it's just about the same width as a piece of paper. Maple wood is one of the greatest woods to make fingerboards and skateboards out of. But what if we switch the maple wood out for paper? You guys have seen me make some pretty interesting fingerboards in the past. Like a fingerboard made from a Monster can, a Red Bull can, just a super thick fingerboard, and also some of the fingerboards I sell. All of the wooden boards I make are made out of maple. And when you think about it, what is paper made of? It's basically just super fine wood turned into like a sheet, which means paper and veneer are pretty much the same. So today, I will be making a perfect fingerboard out of paper. I want this paper fingerboard to be as clean as possible, so I will be wearing rubber gloves just so I don't contaminate the paper. We now have most of the paper cut out, but I just need to check how thick it is, so let's stack all these together. I would say we now have enough paper, so now we're ready to layer these together and then put them in the mold. For the glue, I'm using this Extreme Elmer's glue just because it has a white color to it, so it'll kind of blend in with the paper. Ginger, he always appears right when I'm about to put the glue on something. I thought I would have more time because I'm using water-based glue, but the paper is absorbing it, so it's drying so much faster than I thought it would. We also have so many layers that need to get put on. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, but we will find out. I didn't count exactly how many layers we used, but I think we're into the mid-20s. Now it's time for the hard part. We have to just sit here and wait for it to dry. So, see you guys in 24 hours.
24 hours later.
And just like that, it has now been over 24 hours, which means we can take this out of the mold. But before we can take it out of the mold, we need to drill some holes. The moment of truth. And it's stuck. Here it is. This actually came out a lot cleaner than I thought it would. Since the mold is 3D printed, we do have a little bit of lines on the paper, but I think it'll sand out pretty well. This actually has some pop to it. Right now you see I'm putting the shaper tool on, and this is just so we get the exact shape we're going for. If I put this on the belt sander right now, we'd be sanding quite a bit of unnecessary paper, so I'm just gonna take some scissors and trim it up a little bit. We have our paper board all trimmed up now, which means we are ready to take this to the belt sander. We are now back from sanding, and this is what we have. This board is actually so close to being done. All we need to do to this board is put some countersinks on, give it a fine sand, and then we can hit it with some clear coat. I am actually so happy with how this is looking. I didn't even think you could get a paper fingerboard looking this good. So the final step of the paper fingerboard is putting some clear coat varnish on this. So let's do it. The varnish is now on the paper fingerboard, which means we are finished. I wish I had some ducky grip tape because that stuff is completely translucent, which means we would be able to see the white underneath, but I only have standard grip tape, so let's use this. I thought this board looked clean before we put the wheels and trucks on. The board looks incredible. This fingerboard made out of paper is so clean, but will it succeed in the kickflip test? So much pressure on this one kickflip. That was very not clean, but I will take it. Did I actually just say very not clean? I was not expecting this to feel exactly like any other fingerboard. Most of the time when I make a fingerboard made out of something other than wood, it generally doesn't feel exactly like a fingerboard. But this paper fingerboard feels exactly like any other fingerboard. If anything, I like the feeling of this more. Also, from a distance, you can't even tell that this is made of paper. This is a fingerboard that I made out of some stained whitewood, and it actually looks so similar to the paper one. When I was fingerboarding with this, I kind of forgot that it was even made of paper. It felt that good. This was also so fun to make as well. Paper fingerboards might be the new thing. I'm actually gonna keep this as my main setup because it just feels so good. That is it for the paper fingerboard, and I will see you in my next video. There goes the same for my soul.